Before you go any further, before you scroll, before you move on, before you convince yourself this is not for you, I need 30 seconds of your time. Because what I am about to say to you has the power to reframe everything. Every closed door, every unanswered prayer, every moment that felt like loss, every season that felt like abandonment. What if none of it was what you thought it was? What if the door that closed on you, the one that hurt, the one you grieved, the one you have spent more time thinking about than you would like to admit? What if that door did not close because you failed? What if it did not close because you were forgotten? What if it did not close because the blessing was not for you? What if it closed because I was protecting you from something you could not see? Stay with me, because I am about to change the way you understand your entire story. And what I am about to release over your life on the other side of this message is not a consolation prize. It is not a smaller version of what you lost. What is coming is not a replacement. What is coming is bigger. I know what that closed door cost you. I am not going to minimize it. I am not going to tell you it was easy, or that it should not have hurt, or that your grief over it was exaggerated. Some of those doors represented years of your life. Some represented relationships you had invested everything into. Some represented opportunities you had believed for, planned around, prayed over, and then watched disappear without explanation. And when they closed, the silence that followed was not neutral. It was loud. It asked questions you did not have answers to. It whispered things about your worth, your calling, your future, your faith. It suggested that maybe you had been wrong to believe, that maybe the dream was not from me after all, that maybe you had misread the signs, or misunderstood the invitation, or overestimated what was possible for someone like you. I need you to hear me clearly on this. Those whispers were not from me, not one of them. I do not close doors to humiliate you. I do not close doors to communicate your inadequacy. I do not close doors to tell you that the dream was foolish, or the hope was arrogant, or the faith was misplaced. I close doors to protect you from what you cannot yet see, and I close them to position you for what I have already prepared. Every door I have ever closed in your life, every single one, I closed with a specific reason and a specific replacement in mind. Not a smaller replacement, not a lesser version, something I designed specifically for who you are becoming, not who you were when you first knocked. The door closed, not because the dream died, because the dream grew. Let me tell you about some of the doors I closed and why. There was a relationship you wanted more than you admitted. You prayed for it. You waited for it. You adjusted yourself, made yourself smaller, made yourself more available, hoping that this time it would work. And it did not. The door closed. And you carried the weight of that closed door longer than anyone around you realized. Because some losses are private. Some grief wears a public face that smiles. I closed that door because what was behind it would have diminished you. Not immediately. It would have felt like love for a season. But I could see what you could not. The slow erosion that was coming. The version of yourself you would have become by staying. The dreams you would have quietly surrendered. The voice you would have learned to silence. The calling you would have eventually stopped believing in. I closed that door because I was protecting the person you are supposed to become. And who is coming into your life in this new season, who I am positioning and preparing, will not require you to be smaller. They will call you higher. There was an opportunity you lost. A door that seemed perfectly timed, perfectly suited, like everything had finally aligned. And then it did not happen. Maybe someone else got what you believed was yours. Maybe the deal fell through. Maybe the offer disappeared. And you spent time afterward wondering if you had done something wrong, missed a sign, prayed the wrong way, believed in the wrong direction. I closed that door because I could see around the corner you could not see around yet. That opportunity had a ceiling you would have hit within 18 months. It would have felt like success and functioned like a ceiling. And the assignment I have for your life requires no ceiling. So I removed the ceiling by removing the door. And what I am opening for you now has no ceiling. None. There was a season that ended before you were ready. A chapter that closed when you still felt like there were pages left to write. A community, a place, a position, a version of your life that felt right until suddenly it was gone. And the ending was disorienting because you had organized your identity around that chapter. And when the chapter ended, the question beneath the grief was not just, why did this end? It was, who am I now that it has? I closed that season because you had grown past what it could give you, even if you could not feel it yet. I closed it because I needed your hands empty so I could fill them differently. I closed it because the next chapter of your story requires a version of you that the previous chapter was not equipped to produce, and that version could only emerge through the transition you have been walking through. The transition was not punishment, it was promotion. Now I want to speak to the specific fear that has been living underneath all of this, because it is not really about the doors. The real fear, the one you carry quietly, the one you do not say out loud because it feels too vulnerable to admit, is this: what if I keep closing doors on me? What if this is simply what my life is? What if I'm the kind of person who gets close to things and then loses them? What if I am not actually meant for the life I can see in my spirit? I hear that fear. I have heard it every time it has risen in your chest. And I want to answer it with everything I have. You are not a person that things happen against. You are a person that things happen for, even when it does not look that way, even when the evidence seems to contradict it, even when the closed doors outnumber the open ones in your current view. I want you to think about something. A seed planted in the ground looks, from the outside, exactly like something that has been buried. If you did not know what a seed was, you might look at it in the earth and call it lost. You might call it gone. You might grieve over what seems like an ending. But the gardener is not grieving. The gardener knows that burial is not the end of the seed's story. It is the beginning of the seed's purpose. You have been in a burial season, not because your story is over, because your story is about to break ground. The things that closed on you were not endings. They were soil. They were the cover under which something more significant than what you lost was taking root. You could not see it because growth in the ground is invisible to the eye above ground. But I have been watching it. I've been tending it. And what is about to break through the surface of your life is not a recovery from what you lost. It is an emergence, something that could not exist without the burial, something that required the closed doors in order to be what it is. Type "open the door" in the comments right now. Let that declaration be your agreement that you are ready, that you are no longer grieving what closed, that you are turning to face what is opening. Type it now, then keep reading, because what comes next is the specific word for your specific situation. Let me tell you what is coming, not in vague spiritual language, specifically, concretely, because I know your heart needs something to hold on to. And I am a God who speaks with enough precision that when it arrives, you will recognize my fingerprints on it. The relationship that is coming into your life, the one I have been building while you were healing from the one that closed, will not feel like what you lost. It will feel like what you always believed was possible, but had stopped expecting to actually find. It will not arrive in chaos. It will arrive in peace. You will not have to chase it or perform for it or make yourself smaller to keep it. It will recognize what I placed in you, and it will call it forward rather than asking you to contain it. The provision that is coming, the financial shift I have been arranging behind the closed doors, will arrive through a channel that your natural planning did not create. You will not be able to fully explain how it happened using logic alone. It will be the kind of financial movement that carries my signature, unexpected in its source, larger than what your fear allowed you to believe for, and accompanied by a peace that confirms it is not coincidence. It is covenant, the purpose that is coming, the clarity about what you are here for, the assignment that your whole difficult story has been preparing you to carry, will feel like recognition, not like you are learning something new, like you are finally saying yes to something you have always known. The gifts that felt misplaced in the previous seasons were not wasted. They were being trained. They are about to find their proper ground, and in that ground, they will produce fruit that your former seasons could not have contained. The healing that is coming, the restoration of places in your body, your mind, your emotional landscape that have been carrying wounds too long, is already moving. I am not waiting for an appointment to heal you. Healing is already in motion. You may feel the first signs of it in the next few days, a specific area where what was heavy begins to lighten. Do not dismiss it. Do not explain it away. That is the first wave. More is coming behind it. Write these down, carry them with you. Come back and read them when doubt rises, because doubt will rise. And when it does, return here. Return to this word. Let it remind you of what was spoken over your life on this day, at this moment. I want to speak to the ones who have been waiting the longest, the ones for whom the closed doors have been accumulating for years, the ones who have heard messages like this before and wanted to believe them, truly wanted to, and then watched the days pass without the change they were promised, until they learned to hold hope at a careful distance so the disappointment would not be as sharp. I see you. I am speaking directly to you right now. Your length of waiting is not evidence of my neglect. It is evidence of the magnitude of what I am building. The things that take longest to construct are the things that were designed to last. I do not build permanent things quickly. I do not establish legacies in a rush. I do not place a foundation beneath something eternal and do it carelessly. What I am building in your life took time because it was worth building properly. Every season of waiting was a layer of foundation. Every closed door was a redirection towards something that required more room than the previous path had. Every disappointment that refined your character was producing in you the precise capacity you will need to carry what is coming without it overwhelming you. You could not have carried 5 years ago what you are about to carry now. The person you were could not have stewarded 5 years ago what I am about to place in your hands. The waiting was not cruelty. It was cultivation, and I need you to receive this. The breakthrough that is coming for the ones who waited longest will be proportional to the length of the wait. I do not give a short reward for a long obedience. I give an abundant harvest for faithful seed. The longer the winter, the more explosive the spring. The deeper the burial, the more dramatic the emergence. Your spring is here. Your emergence has begun. And what breaks through in your life in this season will be so clearly, so undeniably the hand of God, that the people who watched you wait will stand speechless. Lift your hands right now, wherever you are. Say out loud, with your own voice, 3 times. What was buried in me is breaking ground. What was closed before me is opening now. What God has prepared is greater than what I lost. Say it 3 times. Let the atmosphere around you hear it. Let your own faith hear it. Now I must prepare you for what comes between here and there, because the enemy knows what I am releasing. He has watched the same closed doors you have walked through, and unlike you, he understood from the beginning that they were closings in your favor. He knew that every door I closed was positioning you for something greater, which is precisely why he worked so hard to make each closing feel like failure. He could not stop the doors from closing according to my plan. So instead, he worked on your interpretation. He tried to make you read each closing as rejection, as punishment, as evidence that you were not enough. He tried to get you to agree with a narrative about your life that would cause you to stop expecting, stop hoping, stop reaching. Because a soul that stops reaching cannot receive what I am extending. But you are still here, after everything, after all of it. After the closed doors and the long winters and the quiet seasons and the moments when hope felt genuinely foolish, you are still here, still listening, still somewhere in your spirit saying yes to the possibility that I have not forgotten you. That yes, that small, tired, persistent, faithful yes is what opened the door for this word today. And here is what I need you to guard in the days ahead. Do not let the enemy rewrite this moment. The moment you received this word is real. What was spoken over you here is not hype. It is not false comfort. It is heaven's declaration about your specific life, released at the specific time your spirit was ready to receive it. When the days pass and the visible change feels slow, and there will be days like that, do not return to the old interpretation. Do not let the enemy put the closed-door narrative back in your hands. Remember what was spoken here. Remember that between the seed going in the ground and the plant breaking through the surface, there is a period of silence that is not emptiness. It is activity you cannot see. Stay in the peace. Guard the word. Keep the yes alive. Before I speak the final blessing over your life, I want you to do one thing. I want you to name, silently in your own heart, the door that hurt the most. The specific one, the one you have carried, the one you thought about when you first heard this message begin. Hold it for a moment. Feel the weight of it one last time, and now release it, not as resignation, not as giving up on what you hoped for. Release it as an act of trust, as a declaration that you believe what I have said, that you are choosing to stop carrying the closed door and to start walking toward the open one. When you release it, say these words out loud. I release what closed. I trust what you are opening. I will not grieve the door you protected me from. I will walk toward what you have prepared. Say it, mean it, and let it be done. Now receive this blessing, not as a wish, but as a decree. What I speak in heaven is established. What I declare over your life carries the authority of the one who formed you before time began. Receive it as certain. I decree and declare over your life right now. Every door that closed on you by my hand is permanently closed, and you are released from the grief of it. You no longer need to understand why it closed. You no longer need to revisit it. You no longer need to carry the question of what you did wrong, because you did not do anything wrong. I closed it, and I closed it for you, not against you. I decree that the doors I am opening now are greater in every dimension than what closed. Greater in peace, greater in purpose, greater in provision, greater in alignment with who you actually are and what you were actually made to carry. The replacement is not smaller. It never was. I do not downgrade my children. I upgrade the assignment when I redirect the path. I speak restoration over every place where the closed doors wounded your confidence. The voice that said you were not enough, silenced. The belief that you were somehow disqualified for your own blessing, broken. The habit of protecting yourself from hope. I'm dismantling it gently and replacing it with a holy expectation that does not lead to shame, because it is rooted in my faithfulness rather than in your own strength. I speak the arrival of what I have been building. The relationship, the provision, the clarity of purpose, the physical healing, the restoration of joy, the return of holy anticipation about your own future. These are not eventually coming. They are arriving. They are in motion right now. And in the days ahead, you will see the first evidence, small signs that carry my signature, and those signs will grow until what was seed becomes harvest, and what was hope becomes reality. You are not someone that good things pass by. You are someone that good things are being navigated toward, around every closed door, through every redirected path, past every obstacle the enemy placed, until they arrive exactly where you are. Because where you are is exactly where I placed you. For this moment, for this word, for this new beginning, the door that closed was my protection. What is coming is bigger, and it is already on its way. Type "IT" is coming in the comments right now. Let those words be your declaration. Let them echo in both realms. Let heaven hear that you received this word and you are standing in it. Type it now. Hit the like button, your agreement with what was spoken. Share this with one person who needs to stop grieving a closed door and start believing for what is opening, because your sharing this will be the word they needed today. Subscribe so you do not miss what comes next, because this channel carries a word for every season, and the next word may be the one that opens the specific door you have been standing in front of. Your waiting is not punishment. Your closed doors are not failures. Your story is not finished. It is just now beginning to be what it was always meant to be. In Jesus' mighty name, Amen. Amen. Amen.